Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Project Management and Control. In this video tutorial, I will try to explain how we can prepare extension time claim for contractors. So this is my long-awaited video, and this is the first of my video series, and I'm planning to make other video, and I don't want to make this video very long and boring, so I make in parts. So this first part of preparing our extension time claim. In this video, I will explain what are the minimum contents of the extension of time claim. So, extension of time claim minimum contains executive report. Number two, overview of relevant contract clauses. Number three, delay and disruption events. Number four, delay assessment methodology. Number five, summary of delay analysis and EOT entitlement. Number six, mitigation measures and appendices. And this is the minimum requirement of the IoT claim, and this is the contents will be depend on different contractors submitting in different way. So this is for the beginners who want to learn how to prepare extension of time claim. So for them, they have to include this minimum as their minimum of their minimum of content in their claims. Now we'll see what are the major further breakdown of this contents. So number one is the executive report. Executive report are further divided into 10 contents. Number one is the purpose of the submission. Number two, basis of entitlement. Number three, contractual overview. Number four, contract particulars. Number five, brief description of the work. Number six, reference of baseline program. Number seven, summary reports. Number eight, delay events overview. Number nine, additional payment incurred, and at the end, conclusion. So these are the minimum parts. As I say that this will depends on the contract and the IoT claim you are preparing. So it will depend also on the particular requirement, but you have to check this. This should be minimum available and match this requirement with the with your project. In addition to executive report, we have to provide overview of relevant contract clauses, delay and disruption event. Here we have to define all delay event with brief description and with our required contemporary records to show the validity of the documents. Or the events. Number four is the delay assessment methodology. Which method we are using? Window analysis, time impact analysis, or collapse as plan. Whichever methodology you are using, you have to give the name and with the steps we are using. Number four, five is a summary of delay analysis and AOT entitlement. Number six is the mitigation measure. This is number six is the contractual obligation to make its all possible efforts to make the impact of the delay event minimum. If the contractor is not doing, then it will not be in the favor of the contractor. Then we have to provide appendices. Appendices include contemporary documents. We will see what are these contemporary documents in a while. Approved baseline program. We have to provide the program in both PDF and XR file for engineers easy reference. Number three is the delay assessment analysis. We have to provide the both PDF and XR files of our delay analysis methodology. So these are the minimum requirement of the claim. This video is limited to only to the executive report, which we see have the 10 contents. So we'll see this 10 contents in a in the little bit detail. Number one is the purpose of submission. The purpose of submission we have to define why we are submitting this report. For example, I will recommend my plan engineer to have a note or to take their notes, which will be helpful for them while they are preparing their own claims. So you have to mention in the purpose of the submission, you just make like as I mentioned, there's this interim application for extension time claim number. If this interim, you can make 01, number 2, number 3, whatever it is. So this interim application for extension time claim number X is submitted in accordance with the provision of the contract between the employer and the contractor. You have to mention the name of your employer and name of your contractor. The objective of the submission is to establish contractor's entitlement to an excusable and compensable extension of time claim to determine the revised time for completion in line with the actual events on the site. Number three, to highlight the implied risk event that have impacted on the approved program and may cause further delay if they keep unresolved. So like this, you have to mention the purpose of the submission. You can make copy from this one and make your own claim. As I say a little before, that all claims are different and have different contractor submit their claim differently. The purpose of this video to give the idea to our fellow plan engineers to how to start preparing their claims. You can modify this one as per your requirement. The purpose of the submission we have to make what is the basis of the entitlement. So in the basis of the entitlement, we have to make that on what basis of the contract we are entitled for the contractor. The contractor entitlement to requested extension time claim number X for both intermediate and overall project completion is substantiated by contract condition including clause 1.9, 3.3, 8.4, 13.3, 13.5, 14.7, and 20.1. You have to see which clause is best suited for you. In addition to this, a detailed delay analysis based on the baseline program revision number. It's very important that engineer should mention, the contractor should mention properly which baseline program he is using for making the claim. Because in the course of the project, sometimes there's a keep on revising the baseline program. So we have to use the agreed baseline program as recommended and agreed with the client and the engineer. Then we have to make delay arising from the late. Some we have to make some small narrative of the delay event. So this is which gives you rise to the entitlement of the contractor. So like this, you have to make your basis of an entitlement like it is an introduction, and you can, as I say, you can take notes to how to make your entitlement. Then you have to make these causes on the base of the delay event should be supported by relevant correspondences, and we have to provide relevant RFIs, engineers letters, correspondence, minutes of meeting, weekly, monthly reports, and updated program as contemporary records and in support of the project. Now we have seen that the clauses per the FIDIC 99, which helpful for the contractor to prepare a claim. Number one is the clause 1.9, which is related to delayed drawing or instructions. The contractor shall give notice to the engineer wherever the work are likely to be delayed or disrupted if any drawing or instruction is not issued to the contractor within a particular time. This particular time is that we have to make the early start and late finish, so the or required information should be provided in between the early start and the late finish. So, and similarly, the other clause which is helpful is you have to check that right of access to the site. If the number which is stated that if the contractor suffer delays and or incur costs as a result of failure by the employer to give any such right or possession within the such time, the contractor shall give notice to engineer and shall be entitled subject to sub-clause 20.1. So here you can see that in both the cases in clause 1.9 and 2.1 are clearly indicate that the engineer shall give notice to the engineer within the specified time. This time is specified in the clause 2.1. So we have to give the notice within a time. If the contractor fails to give the notice within this time, the engineer or client has a right to reject the claim. So it is always recommended to our planning engineer or contract engineer's responsibility to give the notice within the specified time with the required particulars. Now we have to give number three is the contract particulars. The contractor hereby we have to write mention is that the contractor hereby seek an extension of time to the overall project completion as well as the intermediate milestone as outlined in the relevant analysis table included herein. So we have to provide a table. We'll see this in a while. The submission is made without any prejudice to the contractor's right to claim further extension of time and prolongation costs associated with the ongoing unresolved delay events. The contractor's entitlement to the time and cost relief is based on contemporary project records and contractual rights. While this submission focuses on the time aspect, the associated cost claim shall be submitted separately in the due course as per the terms in the contract. The interim action time application is up to data date. You have to mention the data date up to what time you are claiming and submit it strictly without prejudice to the contractor's full right under the contract. So in this case, you can mention here contractor particulars. As I mentioned you here that you can take note and then make you and it will give you a guideline to prepare your contract particulars. In the contract particulars, you can make a table. In the you can see that contract particular contains project name, employer representative name, engineer name, contractor name, contractual commencement and completion date, original contract duration, contract value, compensation delay claim if any. If you make any claim, mention it here. The contract summary or scope. Here we have to mention that what is the contract summary or mention a summary scope in a very high level, like for example completion construction and completion of mixed-use development, including all work enabling structures, architecture, MEP, and related authorities approval, utility connection, and testing commissioning. Like this, you can make a brief description of the work You can mention here is a major subcontractor name if it is nominated subcontractor, condition of contract, which condition you are using. Like for example, for 99, this application is in time extended time claim number what. So if number one, you will mention number one, or whatever is something else, you have to mention the appropriately. Then brief description of work we discussed a little before, and then approve baseline program. You have to attach the baseline program snapshot as to show that the dates to convey and communicate the dates with the engineer or the client. So this approved baseline you have to make a snapshot from the baseline program which contains minimum of activity name, early and late dates, early and late finish start dates, total float, etc. If you this should be minimum to be there. Then the summary report. The summary report, overall project completion and milestone completion which imply an engineer's delay are extension entitlement details. So here you mentioned, see that you have to make a table which which give you description, like for example, overall project completion, overall project contractual duration, plan or contractual start finish, and forecast or date for completion. Similarly, if you have intermediate milestone which have liquidated damage and you need extension for them also, you have to be specifically mention all here and their forecast completion, the summary report. And then we have to make delay events list. In the following critical delays you have to mention here that the following critical delay events have adversely impacted the project schedule and are deemed to be excusable and compensable in accordance with the conditional contract. Here you, as I say, that this is this a little guidance for our follow plan engineers to make notes and make their own delay event based on this, to help them to prepare their own delay event from this one. So the following critical delay events have adversely impacted the project schedule and are deemed to be excusable and compensable in accordance with the condition of contract. These delay events are beyond the contractor control and continue to cause delay and disruption across various work fronts. Each event is analyzed in detail under its respective section in the submission. So now here you mentioned that all the delay events which incur, like for example, I just give an example that delay number one is delay due to ground improvement, number two, delay due to revised foundation design, number three, delay due to the building permit, and something like this. You have to mention all the major delay events which you consider in your extension time claim. Then additional payment. Additional payment is a payment incurred because of delay, because of extended time of completion. In accordance, we can mention here is that additional payment that in accordance with the provision of the contract, particularly subclause 20.1 contractor claim and subclause 8.4 extension time claim time for completion, the contractor hereby notified that as direct result of the delay event outlined in this interim extension time claim number X, the contractor has incurred and continue to incur additional costs. These additional costs related to prolongation of the overhead, including time-related site revenue, supervision, and head office expenses or overhead, disruption to plan, resource deployment, and productivity losses, re-engineering and resubmittal effort due to the late and unclear instructions, extended engagement of subcontractor and supplier beyond their planned duration, ideal time and demobilization and remobilization of resulting from the interruption in the sequence of the work. So then in this case, we can mention that while this submission is focused on the time-related entitlement, the contractor respectfully notified that separate detailed cost claim shall be submitted in due course, comprising substantiate particulars, including breakdown of the prolongation cost, time-related preliminaries and site establishment cost, resource idle time and log, subcontractor's claim and supplier extension charges, any other contractual entitlement resulting from the implied risk event. This notifies a submission in good faith and without prejudice to the contractor's full right to time and cost compensation as per the contract. The contractor reserves the full rights to update, amend, or supplement the cost claim based on continuing nature of delay events and additional implied instructed variation. In this case, in this way, you can provide additional cost. At the end, the final is number 10 item is conclusion. In the conclusion, you will say that the intervention time claim number X has been submitted by the contractor in accordance with the condition of contract, formally notified and substantiate the time impact caused by event beyond contractor's control. Does this include, but are not limited to? We have to define the description, define all the delay even narrate in narrative way. Like for example, this delay, but are not limited to due to the soil improvement, redesign of the foundation because of soil improvement work, and acquiring a revised building permit because of the revised design. So like this, we have to make some small narrative of the delay even description. This delay, then we have to mention that these delays have adversely affected the contractor's ability to progress work in line with the approved baseline program, revision 0 or revision 1, whatever you are using, and have resulted in critical path delays. Then we have to mention that based on delay analysis and contemporaneous record, the contractor has demonstrated that above mentioned events have impacted the key project milestone and overall project completion. Accordingly, the contractor seek an extension of time with associated milestone adjustment as outlined in the relevant analysis table included herein. This application is supported by relevant contract laws, correspondences, RFI, technical meeting, engineer's letter, etc. The contractor also affirms its entitlement to prolongation costs, which will be submitted under separate clause, separate cost claim in due course in accordance with subclause 22.1. And we can mention here that contractor can mention here that this application for internal extension of time claim X is submitted without prejudice to any other entitlement under terms and conditions of the contract or applicable under UA law. The contractor especially reserves the right to update, modify, and/or supplement this submission as may be required, including the addition of future excusable and compensable delay event as amended to this application should further impact arises. The contractor trusts that this submission will be reviewed, assessed in fairly manner, and exponentially by the engineer in accordance with the condition of contract. Now, in the next video, I will make we will make to demonstrate that what are the contents of the other items. Like for example, the basic entitlement, contract clauses, the methodology, delay methodology, mitigation measure, etc. So I just make in one by one so that the video will not be become long and boring. So in my next video, I will define the other relevant item, relevant of the contents of the extension time claim. So till next video, thank you very much for your time and consideration. If you like it, and you please like, share, and subscribe this video with your fellow plan engineers for their learning purpose. And see you in the next video. Thank you very much for your time. See you. Take care and bye bye.